Hey guys, welcome to Appalachia's Homestead. Pater with you today. Going to film for you a video talking about one of my most requested items to talk about, which is quail. So I thought I would come out here on the front porch of Old Farmhouse 1870. Our house was built in 1870, and let you see our mountaintop view. Let's talk about quail. All right guys, we're going to jump to it. Time is of the essence. Always, right? So I have been asked again today by someone who is looking into raising quail, my opinion. I haven't really talked about this. There's been so many things going on that I let videos present themselves to me. I don't really plan. I get ideas for things, but then I'm like, Lord, when it's time to film it, we'll film it, right? So today, this is the day. So we're going to talk about quail, yay or nay. I am going to tell you that from my personal experience, based upon my farmstead, not yours, not his, not hers, mine, I am going to say nay. And the homesteading community's brains just blew up because it's like, what? Quail are fabulous, okay? Who does not love going to the little hutch every day to be met by these little cutie tooties and getting this? Actually, this is big, okay? I raised Quaternix quail, okay? I was very anxious to get them. I debated on the timing of it, and I did get some quail last year, and hasn't even been a full year yet. And I will tell you, in less than a year of raising quail, that while I love my quail, we take very good care of our quail. You know, I mean, I'm walking around with little baby chicks under my chin. Of course I love the quail. But I will have to tell you, you have to understand, if you are comparing quail to raising chickens, ducks, turkey, I think you could be in for a big disappointment depending upon your actual physical goals, okay? If you live in a place like I do and have an established farmstead, we have a farm, okay? So I'm already working with large livestock, dairy cattle, cows, meat cows, Nubian goats, a lot of chicken, ducks. Bringing in quail has turned into simply being a hobby. If I was starting out and had a lot of restrictions, quail would be a good start for you. I mean, let's be honest, if you live somewhere where an HOA restricts you on having any of the items that I just mentioned, but yet you want to get into skill sets, learning to raise something, get a little something in return, maybe work with the idea of butchering, quail, I think, would be a good start for you. If you have an established farmstead that is taking a lot of your time, I mean, if you're raising pigs, you're probably going to get a whole lot more bang for your buck in raising pigs than you are going to be with quail. I am also looking at this from the perspective of finances. And I'm going to have some folks probably argue the statistics on this, and I'm okay with that because it's not going to change what I'm saying, and it's not going to change what you're saying. But a lot of folks say, well, they're easier and they're cheaper. I would argue that's not necessarily the case. I mean, okay, yes, you need a certain setup. Those don't have to be very expensive. You can probably design it and make it yourself. I would contend that you're going to have to supplement them a lot. Okay, they're not going to be free ranging around, okay? So they're going to be in their large hutch, okay, with space, as much space as you can provide. That's another video. But I am providing, you know, their game bird feed, the layer actually. That is, you know, that can cost you $14, $15 a bag. I am also having to keep a regular input of sand because I like to give them, they have their separate bowls for large little dust bathing areas. They're so cute. I'm going to get, in doing this every day and keeping them clean and making sure they have their greens and enriching them with natural environmental entities such as the leaves, and I'm giving them fruit and all the other things that I give them. I'm getting this. They're delicious. Mwah, I love them. But I'm going to have to get probably 8 to 12 of these to match that. She free ranges. That's an Easter egger egg. You know the Easter egger that I saved? That's her egg. See it? That's a little Easter egger. She's little. She's a little old thing. Okay? That's her egg. It even has calcium deposits on it. She free ranges like crazy. She dust bathes in an area that I don't have to provide anything else for other than DE, which I do for these little babies too. Okay? You need to compare, if I were to butcher her, how many of these am I going to have to butcher to give an equivalent to her? How many eggs do I need from these guys to accommodate that? That's also the case with my golden comets, which people will argue are not sustainable. Whatever. The smallest eggs that I get from my chickens are my silkies. One silky several times a week versus this 6 out of 7 days a week. What about my khaki Campbells? Those girls are giving me an egg almost every single day. Bring it home, Sally, right? I'm being very candid, okay? Because I don't want you to invest your time and money in something and to turn around and go, you know what, I could have made another chicken run. I could have bought another pig. I could have invested in some khaki Campbells. So you have to look at your circumstances. If you are in a neighborhood situation and you're not moving anytime soon and you're trying to learn self-sustainability on some level and to maybe educate your children on this, I think quail would be a great way to go. If you are very established in or really pushing past having a chicken coop, unless you are looking at possibly becoming a breeder or really expanding and having a lot of quail. Hi, Mr. Peaches. I think you're going to find that they're a hobby for a lot of people. I think you need to look at the whole idea. Hello, babe. I think you need to look at the whole idea of sustainability as well. Are they going to hatch eggs for you? The answer to that is no. They're not going to go broody. Whereas I have had several of my Easter eggers go broody. The smallest chicken eggs that I get, like I just showed you, I'm not trying not to drop an egg on the porch, is my silkies. I just got done filming for you another video on my little silky that is broody and is hatching out more eggs for me. Now you're going to say, well, now your silky could turn around and could absolutely give you more quail. Definitely. I'd rather have more silkies. So, to answer your question, do I love having quail? Yes. Have I found them interesting and fun, and are they educational? Yes. But you need to, whenever you are looking at adding something to your hobby farm, homestead, farm, you really need to look at what you have and what your expectations are. If you were to enter into a crisis situation, I hope you have a lot of quail. And I think you need to think about what resources are you going to be using of your own to try to feed them, because they do take a lot of protein. So if I'm going to have to pull resources for something, do you want it to go to the quail? If the quail is the only thing you have, well then that's a given, that's a no-brainer. That's a big fat yes. But when you can accommodate or need to accommodate more resourceful things for you to sustain on, or for your children to sustain on, or for other creatures to sustain on, you can feed back your eggs to your dogs, to your other chickens, to your pigs. While you can do that with your quail eggs as well, compare the size. Would you rather, if you're really, really hungry, I mean like starving, or you have to make a decision today on who's eating what, you want to gnaw on this little cutie, which I'm telling you, they're delicious. Or do you think this is going to be a little bit higher on the protein value for you? Catch my drift? Again, do what's best for you, do what's best for your farm. I just want to show you that when you ask me the question, that I am definitely trying to give you the most honest answer. I don't want to tell you what you want to hear. I want you to be smart with what moves you make for your farm and your finances. Lastly, my chicken eggs every month more than pay for themselves. Okay? The amount of eggs that I get from my chickens and the desirability factor, I obviously can offer a variety of eggs from my farm all day long. But I can tell you, people want the chicken eggs. So I'm selling my chicken eggs every week. The only people that I know that want my quail eggs are those that are wanting to incubate them for themselves. I got a whole lot more people lining up for these than I do these. So it makes sense from a financial standpoint that these girls are paying for themselves. These girls are not. Their feed is more expensive. Now you're going to say, well, but they don't eat as much. Compare how many quail you have and how fast they go through a bag of feed versus this, and how much better you can supplement them. You have to compare. So that's what I want you to do. Please do your own homework. Please use that little search bar up there with Google, and you type it in, compare. Ask other people, okay? So just letting you know. So if you have to ask me, if you pinned me up against the wall and said, I'm gonna nail you in the forehead with this duck egg right here, if you don't answer the question, I am going to tell you nay. Based upon all the factors that I just listed for you. We want to keep you in the know, and we want to keep it real, because I never want anyone to walk away making a bad decision. I would rather you hold off on getting your quail right now and do a little bit more research and a little bit more comparison than to jump into something and go, well, they're awful cute. Oh, isn't she cute? And then you start doing your own evaluations when you've got the cow to milk and the pigs to feed, and the khaki Campbells are lining the eggs up in the duck house for you out there every day. I mean, they're unbelievable. So look and see what's best for you. All right, guys, if you like this video, like and subscribe. Check us out on Facebook, Instagram, and Pinterest. We appreciate you all the time. Mr. Peaches is into this video right now. You're crazy. We'll talk to you soon.